Wrestling is a tough sport. Gritty, some would say.
Wrestling has changed my life in so many ways.
Wrestling has brought me the opportunity to explore so many different directions in life.
If you've ever met anyone who wrestled, you immediately know what it means. The hardship, the sacrifice, the delayed gratification, the self-confidence to do hard things and to overcome, and then the knowledge that you have a caring community. Anyone who has ever wrestled is going to know what you've been through, and there's going to be an immediate bond. So Beat the Streets was founded on the idea that wrestling is the foundation, it's the vehicle, but the mission is to alter life's trajectory in a holistic manner. So when you go to a Beat the Streets, yes, you're gonna find wrestling mats. Yes, you're gonna find a traditional wrestling room. But in addition to that, you're gonna find all of the other services that the student athletes we work with need.
We had our enrichment activities this morning where we had a college fair. All the kids had different booths that they got to go through and interact with different colleges, different trades, things of that nature. We're gonna have a high-level clinic later on today, which the kids are super excited about. And then after that, we get down to competition. That's really what we're here for, to crown and see who's the best Beat the Streets city.
I think what we do with Beat the Streets is really special. These events, the national duels, are in multiple locations every year. So not just us in Chicago, but everyone in Detroit, in Cleveland, in LA. They get to go travel the world when probably they don't have the resources family-wise to do so.
And to wrestle here, it's like doing what I want to do while getting on vacation.
Maybe they are in not good homes, maybe they only have one parent. Some of them are wardens to the state, so they're living in community homes with other peers that are their age. And we provide food, tutoring, and all of the resources. And if they fully buy into what we're doing with them, we place them in the high-level private high schools. We help them get to college. We help them find scholarships that tailor to their specific needs. And we're there with them all the way throughout. And that would never be possible being in a regular wrestling club. And I think, the support of Beat the Street Nationals and everyone else on that national level, giving us the support, giving us different resources to do these amazing things with our kids, I think that's what makes us very special.
Just feeling so thankful that these girls bought into the system. They listened, they came together as a full team. We say we're more than a team, we're a family. And just knowing the growth that I've seen in these 2 years from them and the people that they're becoming, I'm just so proud, just so proud.
This is more individual, and it's going to teach you character in life. So if you get knocked down, your only choice is to get up. And therefore, you'll learn how to do things on your own. You can't say, why you didn't pass me the ball? You have no one else to blame but yourself. And it's about a mental awareness as well.
These kids, they come together once a year and they get to compete against each other, but also off the mat, they're familiar faces, they're shaking hands, they're having fun, they're cracking jokes. So it's just building this bigger sense of community across all these different cities with all their different challenges, all their different attributes.
So the coaches really feel like family. It's a level of bond. It's like having some big brothers that you never had in your life, or having that one uncle that you can talk to about anything. And it's amazing. when my mom got cancer, and I didn't know until the middle of the season, and it was heart-wrenching, and they were the only ones that I could go to. And then I lost in the finals this year at the state tournament. So I came home, put all my shoes in a bag and all my singlets, and I put it in a garbage bag, and I went to my mom, and I gave it to her, and I was crying. I said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I talked to one of my coaches, and he said, the goal changes regardless of whether I won the state title or not. And I said, you're right. And he told me to put my wrestling shoes back and to focus on the next goal, and that was to be a national champ in college. And I plan on doing that. I trust in the work that I've put in, and sometimes being a short heavyweight, it's just like seeing all these really tall guys, but then I think I've worked harder than these guys. I train hard. I train 2-3 times a day, putting the right stuff in my body, and I'm just preparing well. So if I'm doing everything that I can do, who's gonna really stop me? And I just trust in my hard work.
I just know it was bigger than wrestling. It was more about the brotherhood that went into this, and knowing that I got to do this with my brothers, and I almost cried out there, because to me it wasn't the winning. It was my last time doing it with the guys, and it was pure love and the bittersweetness.
And I think what happens with wrestling a lot is that you get these coaches that are always shooting to win, and we got to obtain this goal, this goal, this goal. And what happened was that a lot of us, especially Roy, is we circled that around with love. We love each other, right? And at the end of the day, whether we win or lose, we walk away, we go home loving each other.
If you talking to talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better